Okay, I want to establish real quick before I move on to anything else, and the read is the low tech reference to everything I'm about to talk about because it's the only thing that I've ever actually built, developed to some level. So here's the cloaking box, cloaking holodeck box, and you push the faces back. You push the faces back like that right there. The top would be the bottom, and the front would be the back right here. And you can see this two-step conversion from an outer cloak using the same imagery creates an exact holodeck, low-tech photographic holodeck. Um, Maybe I can show this low-tech photographic holodeck. There you can see it better. Low-tech, that's a conversion that you would use for a low-tech 18 viewing angle, low-tech photographic invisibility to convert to a holodeck. So that's the basic reference you need for your imagination. For the rest of this, it hasn't been invented yet. Okay. So, now, the first thing I want to get out of the way right here is the schematics that I'll be working with is, this right here. In the center panel, you'll see these two spheres with three spheres inside of them. Those are the inner chambers, and the outer sphere is the outer shell, the outer cloaked shell, and the inside are three different virtual, real, and virtual chambers that transmit to each other. But that's what I'll be discussing down here. The outer cloak, outer reality. This is the Televisual Portals System schematics, and well, I'll just now, since you're familiar with what I'm talking about here, the two different portals with the inside being each other's outer reality, the inner holodeck of each being the other one's outer reality, based on the low-tech photographic proof. I can move on to this final panel, and this is the Televisual Portals System schematics. And it's a recursive dual-televised telepresence. Here's his holodeck, or here's his portal, John's portal. Here's the inside of John's portal will be his holodeck would be her virtual form, but she would be off in her own portal somewhere else. And this is another display of that. And what I want to discuss right here is the progression from the real outer local reality across the invisible cloak shell of each portal into their interior virtual local realities, and then into the interior virtual distant realities, and then back out the invisible cloak shell of the other portal and out into that other distant reality, and under the umbrella of a shared reality, the outer reality that connects both of these together. There's a route that they take in between, and that's, well, let's say if you start with John. This is John, by the way. The green signifies the real John, and the green signifies the real Jane. And So this is his local reality, his televisual portal cross-section, and these lines are the optical, electrical wiring harness that connects the real outer cloak shell to its virtual local reality, the virtual cloaking chamber inside. And it's in orange because it's virtual. And this is the real holodeck chamber where John steps inside. And don't imagine she's not there yet. But then he gets transmitted. Imagine again she's not there yet. By the way, that's yellow instead of green. That's her recursive form, but ignore that for now. He gets transmitted through these wires, optical wiring, into this virtual holodeck chamber where everything's flipped upside down, and it has to go through this mirror world. That's why I call it a mirror world, for instance, to be transmitted into her holodeck, her real holodeck. And now he's in virtual form, orange. So they're transmitted. Now she's orange and he's yellow. That's not green, that's supposed to be yellow. So that's his recursive form. His virtual form becomes his recursive form. And now her real form becomes her orange virtual form. And she's transmitted over here and she's virtual. And now you're supposed to imagine that both of them, he's recursive and she should be recursive. Well, no, she's virtual still. But then when she goes over here, she'd be recursive. And I don't know if that coloring scheme actually did justice to this, but that's what this coloring scheme is: real, virtual, recursive, virtual. And it combines two distant realities, local realities of John's and Jane's. And the neat thing I think about this whole thing is that it begins with an outer reality, a local reality, a virtual local reality, a real holodeck chamber, a virtual local reality, real local cloak, virtual cloaking chamber, real holodeck chamber, virtual holodeck chamber, then transmits to her real holodeck chamber, then transmits to her virtual holodeck chamber, then goes to his real holodeck chamber, and then to his virtual. So it's a mirror world. It's an alternating mirror world, and not just coincide mirror worlds, but they're actually negative to each other. The outside world of this would be positive. This virtual local reality would be negative inside this virtual cloaking chamber, which would transmit the outside environment spliced into his real holodeck chamber, and then transmitted and turned negative into the flip side virtual chamber or negative room, and then flipped into a positive, then negative and positive, negative, positive, negative. And if you started with her, it would go the same way: real outer holodeck or real outer cloak, and goes through the same process. Go see here, 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 go see here. And that's what this is all about. Thanks a lot.